having the actual interview with Jamel on the phone, the director, and I was like, pick me, I want to do this. And she was just like, she just kept laughing at me. I was like, no, I'm being serious. I really, really, really want to do this. I need you to pick me. And so when she called me, I was like, yes, I got my first film. And when we got on set, kind of like what Billy was saying, the chemistry was amazing. And really seeing how a film is done in comparison to some of my other projects that I worked on. I've done a lot of like photo shoots, stuff with magazines. I've gotten a chance to like assist on like Saks Fifth Avenue, Victoria's Secret, Stuart Weitzman. That's different. Those are like ad
She just dropped a couple names on the table for you. Just a couple.
Just a couple, but I mean, it was a difference because you're working with big name models and things like that, and they're selling a product versus this is like
you
selling
have a point
the
experience, and it's your point of view now.
Right. It's
so you're creating this world through your expertise.
Exactly.
So I was going to say when you were called for being a costume designer, how do you come up with your designs? Like, is there a place you go to? Do you listen to like some type of music or something like that, or like when they say you like we want this, but like how do you actually like envision it?
Sometimes, well, specifically with this film, they kind of gave me an idea of what they wanted the character to already look like, and so from there I took like their mood boards and said, okay, now it's trying to find those types of clothing and then seeing how it's going to work with the character in the particular scene. Because there was times where I would come up with an idea and then Jamel would say, no, Nakia, we're going to go a different direction with this. So I would have to come up with something on the spot.
Right.
And then me and Billy would go back into the costume room and be like, okay, we're going to switch this around a little bit. We got 5 minutes to make this work. And then we would go back out and Jamel is like, perfect, let's shoot. Okay. It's a lot of kind of spontaneity, but at the same point you still have to have all of your stuff ready, so just in case the director didn't like it at that point, you could sit up there and pull a rabbit out the hat and be like, okay, we're going to switch this up.
How difficult was it, because sometimes actors could be like, I don't like this isn't what, because
really? They say stuff like that?
Because they can't, actors can never separate themselves from the character, so they're looking for you to dress them versus the character. Being as though this is your first film, how did that differ?
Always going back to having options, because I may have a vision and for example, say I want them to wear like a jean shirt and a jean pair of pants. They'd be like, I don't want to wear a jean jumpsuit. And I'm like, but it works in this particular segment or scene, and I'm seeing how the light's going to carry it, and this is going to complement the person you're standing next to, and they're like, but I don't really want to wear that. So you kind of have to be a little bit of a, I don't want to say manipulator, but you kind of have to just kind of
or just put that foot down. Look, you are working right now. You're not being styled right now.
And it works. The headbands, I was like, I don't wear headbands.
Yeah, she did.
By
tell
the
me that.
end, I bought 4 of them.
Yeah. And you even wore one on your wedding day. I saw it in the pictures. I was like, is that headband? Yes, girl, you look great. But the thing is that you always, I've learned with clothing, it's personal.
Right.
And people, when they put it on, they're like, well, I don't, it's the insecurities start to come out. And all of a sudden, you're like, wait a minute, I'm not seeing all that. I just want you to wear the clothes.
Right.
But there's still a person that's wearing it. So you're kind of like a therapist for them and making them feel comfortable in who they are. But they're still portraying a character, but at the same point, they're still themselves.
And what you went back and you said before, Billy, you have to really... One of the things is you have to learn the craft of what you're doing. So in the first segment when we were talking to Miss Odessa, her learning a different lane helped her as a writer in many aspects. So as an actor, it would behoove you to learn other aspects. I'm not saying you need to go be the stage manager or the costumer, but learning those things. And most times when we went to school, we had to take those classes anyway, but you get an appreciation so you don't become that person like, I don't like blue. Well, you aren't the character. The character likes blue, so we're going to make this work for you. Maybe it's not the right shade or the right texture, but we're going to figure things out. But my advice, don't ever give them options. You create options.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yo, what's up? What's poppin'? Monday night. Just a bit outside, and we are in Wakanda over here, like Wakanda forever and ever on this Black Panther weekend. One more, we're gonna do this shit twice. 1, 2, there we go.
There we go.
Hey, I'm your host, Kescia, and across from me, as always, my main man, my partner in crime, my captain, co-captain on this ship of crazy, Mark Forster.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God. What's poppin', man? You have a good weekend? Good holiday weekend?
It was okay. It was
Extended weekend?
Yeah. Gloomy, crazy ass weather.
Yeah.
Saturday it snows, and I think it dropped more than they thought. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're saying 1 to 3 inches. I think it was at that higher 3-inch.
Yes.
Sunday, warm as shit.
Yeah, I think we got some more heat coming through too, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And today gray, and it got all foggy on the way in.
We want to kind of start the show off on a serious note. Amid recent events down in Florida, as we all know, there was a shooting, and one of the victims, kind of indirectly hit a little close to home. So Mark's gonna say a few words about that.
Yeah, running back Alex Collins of the Baltimore Ravens. During the season, we had done a story where the game that they had up in Minnesota, he reached out to a kid that was bullied for being an Irish dancer. Like, this kid loved Irish dancing, and Alex Collins, he had taken it himself to kind of improve his game. I mean, that was a positive story. That was a great story. But unfortunately, we had the school shooting in Florida this week. 17 students and adults were killed senselessly, as these always are. And the school that Alex took the Irish dancing at was about 15 miles away or so from the school that the shooting happened. And there was 3 students from the school that attended the same classes as Alex Collins. And one of the students that attended the school, and I believe at times was a dance partner of Alex Collins.
Yes, that's correct.
She was murdered during this school shooting.
And man, that, when you hear stories like that, I mean, the whole incident is a bit surreal. I mean, I know that this is kind of an ongoing problem for us, and sometimes we have a tendency to be desensitized when incidents keep happening. But I mean, I can't imagine sending your child to school and your child just not coming back. That's just crazy to me.
And it's been like 18 years since Columbine happened.
Yeah.
And those images were horrifying enough.
Yes.
Seeing them crawling all over the school, kids standing, coming out single file, hands up, and we should never have seen those images happen again, ever. Mm-hmm. And here, 18 years later, 19 years later, whatever it is, it's same hat, same thing all over again.
And it's kind of almost like an upgrade because, now that we have like this social media, I saw a couple of live videos that had gone down on Facebook, and like, I guess that it was like real time because you could hear, like, what was it, AR-15?
Yep.
Yeah, you can hear that pop, you know what I mean? And I mean, to me, that is like bone chilling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh. And then to see these kids that are like all huddled up on the ground, and then, to see the relief, the authorities come in, and like these kids' hands were like shaking, and I would have been just laid out. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it was just horrifying to watch. Like, it really gives you, social media really gives you a realistic idea of, everything that's going down and how serious of a problem this is. You know what I'm saying? You can always watch something on the news and be like, oh, damn, man, that was messed up. But to actually watch something like that happen in real time and actually, like, be there in the incident, man, it just takes on a whole new meaning, yo.
Absolutely. And, one of the football coaches, he lost his life, too. He was a security guard at the school as well. and apparently he shielded several students with his
Yeah.
body.
Yeah, a real hero. That's
Absolutely.
a real hero, man.
Yep.
Real hero. So shout out to all of the victims, all of the families involved, man, with that senseless shooting down in Florida. And you know, everybody keeps saying like there has to be change. Let's you know, what do we do? What are these? I mean, some of the reactions like during the interviews, like I don't know if you saw that one mother who like just basically went the hell off in the middle of an interview and was like screaming and crying for like Trump to do something. But you know, like I think there's already been 18 incidents
this school year,
and
this year.
you know, like right, we're not even into March yet. We're not even fully 2 months into the year. We have to take a look at this problem and come up with some real sensible solutions. And I hope that we do that sooner rather than later.
And you know, at a certain point, you do have to put politics aside, because I lean more left, and I do have some moderate ideas.
Yeah.
And I do believe in the Second Amendment. I think responsible people should have guns, but if you're not going to be responsible, hell no.
Right.
And mental illness, there needs to be a better way in this country for them to allow people to have guns. You need to go in and do a written test and drive a car, and you have to get insurance for it. It's stricter to get to be able to drive a car than it is to get a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's people on the right that I know that I've seen my Facebook feed fill up with, you know, the answer is simple. Just have the teachers start carrying weapons. And it's like, no, that's not a simple solution, because
That's crazy.
Not
Right.
not everyone is comfortable with a gun. No, there's people that don't want to ever shoot a gun in their lives, and that's fine. That's their decision.
My mother is a kindergarten teacher from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Oh.
Okay, thank God she retired like 2 years ago. Well, a year and a half ago, because I couldn't even imagine her being in that type of situation, having to go through any type of training remotely close to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you also have to look at the other side of the coin with that. I mean, people are crazy, teachers included. You know what I'm saying? And these kids are off the chain now. I mean, seriously though, you know, like I don't think that's necessarily the answer.
Where I grew up was a pretty rough school too. Like actually, my senior year, we had a student killed on campus with a drive-by shooting. So I can't imagine teachers being armed at that school. You
Right.
know, I don't know.
Yeah, that shit is just crazy. Let's not entertain that idea at all. So yeah, man. Let's keep it moving. You sent me a text message, you know, earlier this week saying that you wanted a few minutes during the opening to get some stuff off your chest. I have no idea what this is about, but I am very intrigued. I hope Eric has that pic queued up that Mark sent in, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you the platform to do what you do, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and put up that pic, please, Eric. Like I said in my text to you, it was personal, and I think in a lot of ways I'm still coming to terms with it. My family had a loss this weekend. On Saturday, my stepdad's mom, my grandmother, in many ways, she passed away at the age of 91. Louise Mosley. It's funny because I grew up with their family around. Actually, one of her sons was my dad's best friend when I was growing up, and his daughter was my best friend. And then years later, after my parents got divorced, another one of her sons, her and my dad, or him and my mom, got together, and you know, obviously went ahead and got married. And I know my mom, she's always tickled to tell people, like, you know, there was no hesitation or anything in either one of us just accepting each other. Like, you know, that's my grandma. You know, we'd hug every time we saw each other. Spent Christmas and other holidays over there at the house. And so I know everyone is grieving. You know, she had so many kids. I don't even know how many kids she had. Verlin, my stepdad, Rudy, Irma, Bobby, Robert, Ray, just a whole bunch. And it was always a lively time at holidays. And she hadn't been in the best of health for a long time now. So I'm not going to say like she's in a better place, because everyone's obviously going to miss her. But you know, I think even with her age and with her health having declined, it still hurts. It's still something that the family is going to have to deal with. So obviously I'm back home in spirit, if not there physically. And to all the Mosley family, you know, just love y'all and love Louise.
Hey, shout out to the Mosley family. Shout out to Miss Marsha. I hope you're watching. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up, you guys. There was a lot that was going on over the weekend around town, on a national scale. Man, we have a lot to talk about this weekend, and we also have a guest. We got a guest tonight. We're gonna go just a bit outside and do a little hip hop and a little art tonight, and I'm very excited about that. But we'll talk more about our guest in a little bit. I kind of want to bounce around town with a couple of things that went down. The first thing, I guess like one of the biggest things that went down in the city of Baltimore was Coppin State's homecoming. You know, we have an affinity with them because they've been previous guests, so we're always on the lookout for them. Their homecoming is a basketball weekend or basketball week kind of homecoming because Coppin State doesn't have a football team. So basically they have Bethune-Cookman, which is a fellow MEAC team in the division. And they had events all week last week. Most notably was, of course, the homecoming concert where they had Rick Ross as the headliner. Yeah, and you know it's kind of crazy because I wish they would have advertised a little bit more for it because I didn't even know he was coming to like the last minute. And you know, so you know the boss was up in there. But has he had any new songs come out lately?
I have no
really
idea.
Don't think so. You know, I don't know. And they also had like a couple of local acts open up for him, which is awesome because I'm pretty sure a lot of people did come to see Rick Ross because I mean he's fucking cool, you know. And they also had a talent show, which I thought was pretty cool. I wish I could have taken a look at that. Damn, Steve, you should have hollered at me, Steve Kramer, if you're watching. But the basketball games was on Saturday. Unfortunately, both teams took a L. Damn it, man.
Really?
Yeah. The women's team, they lost. Right. Women's team lost 75 to 63. But you know what? You remember Chance Graham?
Oh yeah.
Chance Graham had 34 points and 13 rebounds in 40 minutes.
Damn.
Yes. We got to get Chance up in here. Yo, Coach Dwayne, man, if you're watching, I want Chance to come up in here. I want to chop it up with her, man, because she's just been balling the hell out over the past couple of weeks. The men's team was a little bit closer. They lost 89 to 85. Lucian Brownlee had 25 points. Lamar Morgan had 18. So better luck next year, you know, Coppin State. But, you know, this weekend's a pretty big weekend for the school and, you know, also for the city of Baltimore. You know, it being the Coppin State is like right and smack in the middle of the west side. We got 30 seconds left. Okay, all right. Well, with 30 seconds left, when you come back, we're gonna keep it rolling. We gotta have a Black History moment. We got the what the fuck moment of the week. And like I said, we have a guest on deck. So don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
You are now listening to Just a Bit Outside, the sports radio show at BeExposedRadio.com. Come join us every Monday night from 8 to 10 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, or at BeExposedRadio.com.
So we had a lot of things going on.
Mother's Day, Major League Baseball, pink bats, pink outfits.
Yeah. They certainly did the mothers good. They don't show them justice. Like Jimmy said, the pink bats, cleats, all types of pink highlights in the major leagues. The Orioles, were swept by the Kansas City Royals.
Wah, wah.
The Kansas City Royals. Thank you, Eric. Kansas City Royals is they're like one of the worst teams in the Major League Baseball right now. Yeah, so that was a little tough.
Yeah, so the Orioles no longer have the top record. It belongs to the Washington Nationals now.
Yeah, so that was tough. So hopefully they'll get back on track with the next series. Maryland, we got some local sports, collegiate to report. The Maryland lacrosse. Let's shout out the Maryland lacrosse team. They are in the NCAA tournament, and they...
Hey, this is Mark, just a bit outside on BeExposedRadio.com. Listen to us every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on Facebook and on YouTube.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Monty from Talk Lately. I want y'all to sit back and listen to this flashback. We be tripping.
I mean, really, but I mean, he might have... I got him maybe jacking her up.
The kids said he did it.
But this is Floyd Mayweather punching her head repeatedly, and like she doesn't have like brain damage.
No, she didn't have brain damage. I don't think he was hitting her like that. Or he probably was like, say something else. Say something else.
That
he probably wasn't like tagging her.
Right.
He probably was just like, and the kids was like, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy.
Why do they have the accent? Why? Why do his kids have that accent?
I just pictured them looking like African. Oh. I didn't want to have to admit that. I don't know what they're going to do about my mouth, but just check out the show every Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's more of the same.
I'm LeVar Burton,
right
and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside radio show on BeExposedRadio.com. You're listening to us on YouTube, Facebook, TuneIn app, Radio Loyalty app, and I did that without a spicy moment.
Holla!
Give us a call, 410-702-5657, if you want to chat with us and just talk with us about whatever we're talking about. We finished up the opening of the show got through less than I think we usually do, because we usually try to get the WTF in the first segment. That segment was fast.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And throughout the month of February, we've replaced Hometown Hero with a athlete for Black History Month. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into that. And Kescia, I think I tailored this one a little bit to you.
Yes, you did. I saw the picture.
Did you? Okay.
I'm so pumped.
Do you know anything about her?
Is it Althea Gibson?
It is Althea
yes,
Gibson.
Yes, of course I do. Go for it. I can't. Come on, lay it on me.
Long before the Williams sisters were dominating women's tennis, there was Althea Gibson. In 1950, Althea became the first black woman to play in the U.S. Nationals. She advanced to the second round of the tournament and showed many ignorant tennis fans that African Americans belonged on the tennis court. In 1957, she won the U.S. Nationals and Wimbledon, and was welcomed home with a ticker tape parade in New York City.
Right, that's right. And she holds like a special place in the Alexander household because, you know, when we, you know, sports is big with us, and we always take it back to beginnings. So when we first started watching Serena and Venus when they were like teenagers, you know, 13, 14, you know, with the beads and the braids and everything. You know, my mom's made a point for us to go back to some of the very first black tennis players, and of course Althea Gibson was, you know, drilled into our heads early. Arthur Ashe is another one, and you know, Arthur Ashe also, you know, holds a special place in my heart because you know, he's like a distant cousin on my mom's side.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's
you know,
cool.
like, you know, tennis is really huge in our family. Everybody follows it. You know, we go out to Queens every year to go to the U.S. Open. Y'all know that. Y'all seen the pictures. But yeah, man, like, you know, that was a pretty good one. That's a good one.
Awesome.
That I love. You know, shout out to Mark on that one. Shout out to Mark on that one. We're gonna keep the show going, and you know, we all about the Black History right now, so we might as well keep it going with the Black History. Eric, we're gonna do the Black Panther right now. We're gonna do like our little quick Black Panther review. We promise not to spoil it for anyone who has not seen it this weekend. If you haven't seen it this weekend, you better have a damn good reason, because this movie was off the chain. I mean, yo, shout out to Marvel. Shout out to everybody involved. What did you saw the movie before I did. I mean, you sent me what was that, Thursday night?
Thursday night.
I was like, mother.
I sent a picture of my ticket, like, check this out. Oh yeah.
I was totally jealous. I was telling Ren, I was like, man, Mark's going tonight. I want to go tonight. You know?
It's funny too, because like I invited a friend to go, and I knew like AMC White Marsh, they had like a ton of showings, and I was like, well, you know, just at lunch I'll go and pick up tickets, and I found like one ticket for myself. There was like no more tickets together,
right?
So I was, and my friend was kind of on the fence anyway. I was like, sorry.
Right, I'm going. Right, yeah.
Did you hear about the thing in Cinemark, Towson?
Yeah, man. I don't know exactly what happened, why they didn't show it, but apparently, you know, they had to turn away hundreds of people due to some type of malfunction with the film.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulties. I'm gonna call bullshit on that, and this is why I'm going to call bullshit on that. Shots fired. This is what we about to do. I used to work in a movie theater. I used to work at Valley Center 9 out in Owens Mills, okay? I worked there for 3 years, all right? I went from popcorn girl to supervisor, so I was like first level management. Part of my duties there was to learn how to thread movies, like the actual film, into the projector and everything, okay? Now, what I'm telling you is, when these huge anticipated movies come through, when things like Titanic or Toy Story or, you know, like Scream, yo, there were so many precautions that were taking place because they knew it would be a blockbuster weekend, and they didn't want anything to go wrong. I mean, like, the film would even come in an armored truck. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear that there's like some type of, like, you know, I don't even know what the malfunction was. It's just like, yo, it was really disappointing because it's just like, man, I mean, this is one of the biggest movies to come through in a long time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, The Last Jedi did well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It did well.
I've known people that have worked in movie theaters before, and usually for big movies, or even like not even the big movies, they would preview it, and sometimes like the employees could come through like before they open.
Yeah.
And usually it's to make sure
they
it
do
played
that
correctly
too,
and everything. But I'm gonna say your reasoning kind of shows your age. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think they thread the tape through there anymore. It's all digital. It's all digital now.
Right. Hey, you know what? We should find out about that. Because now that you say it, that's a very good point. I'm like going off like, man, they should have had that shit. But, you know, it could have been something with, you know, the digital, another technological aspect that I'm not thinking about. But, I mean, that's bad. Not a good look
I think it's bad timing because of being Black Panther. But they took in like $218 million.
235, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
shout out to director and co-writer, 31-year-old Ryan Coogler. Man, 5th largest opening in history. They knocked it out the box. When we come back, we got my dude Millie in the building. We're gonna talk art. We're gonna talk hip hop. Just a bit outside. Mark, Keisha.
Just a Bit Outside radio show.
There is one glaring stat that I read about while watching the games over the weekend. New York Yankees went 22 straight innings with at least one strikeout.
Really?
That's a major league record for the postseason.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an interesting statistic.
It is, you know, and then when you think about it, it's like, okay, you know, that, to me, that's like a big reason why, you know, they're losing right now.
Just a Bit Outside radio show.
There is one glaring stat that I read about while watching the games over the weekend. New York Yankees went 22 straight innings with at least one strikeout.
Really?
That's a major league record for the postseason.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an interesting statistic.
It is, you know, and then when you think about it, it's like, okay, you know, that, to me, that's like a big reason why, you know, they're losing right now.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty about Jennifer Holliday.
Anyway, let's get back to
yeah, well, what I wanted to say is that I can understand 100% where Jennifer Holliday is coming from, and that's sort of kind of where my 20% came from. When I basically came out and said who I voted for, I received a lot of backlash. Even on my own talk show, which comes on every Monday from 5 to 7 p.m., I was called a coon.
But
okay, yeah, shout out for the plug. But yeah, someone actually, you know, they told CJ Bernie that I was a coon, and that really hurt me. I've been called everything from a fat whatever and everything, but someone actually commented on his Facebook
I didn't even say that. That's kind of rough.
Called me a coon, but it's like I like you. It's crazy because I just feel like someone like Jennifer Holliday. I understand why she stepped down, but I'm kind of upset with her because I think she still should have performed. You know, if you want to jump out there, then stand in your truth. Don't let no one stop you or change your mind about anything. And listen, no one put a gun to her head and made her sign on for that. But it just seems like, you know, she was basically bullied.
But see, the thing about it is they will put a gun to her head to not do it.
I don't think so.
Well, that's what the threat says. You gotta say it's why it's called a threat. You don't know the hypotheticals in there that could happen to you.
Why do you think
she's not a well-known singer, so she's not going around with security. As soon as she goes to get her tracks at the mall,
right?
Pow!
Right, but at the same time,
we got a whole bunch of dead cats.
Yeah, but like what she said in the footage, you know, today on The View was basically it's not white people who was threatening her. It was us who was threatening her.
Right. Where do you think she live? I think she live in Atlanta.
Exactly.
They gonna get her at the Ku Klux Klan mall and drag her by her hair.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back. We are back at it. You guys, when we left off, we were talking about Black Panther, and we're just gonna have a couple of couple closing comments on that, because as you can see, we have a guest in the building. Got my man Millie in the studio. Say what's up, yo.
What up?
All right. Hey, Mark, really quickly, what was your favorite thing about the movie without giving too much away? We don't want nobody, burning us up for spoiling.
The whole damn movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like the comic book geek.
Yep.
And I dropped that knowledge last week about his history and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the best Marvel movie ever, which goes a long way. It like Guardians of the Galaxy had that humor, Avengers and Iron Man and all that was very tongue in cheek, but this was just like, it had its moments of comedy, but it wasn't over indulgent like the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
A great story, great plot, great pacing, just everything about it. And I kind of think that was shots fired at DC, saying, hey, look, we can make a serious movie,
right,
and still make it fun and make it amazing.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. To kind of piggyback with everything you said. And I'm gonna one up you on one thing: the representation of the female heroines. Oh my God!
We were talking about this on the way in the building.
Right now, I just learned that I guess it was like the main captain of the Wakanda army was this chick named Michonne. Is it Michonne?
Well, that's her name on The Walking Dead.
Michonne, yeah, on Walking Dead.
Michonne.
Right, and apparently on The Walking Dead, she yields a sword, and she's pretty badass. I mean, like, her and Lupita and the chick that played his sister. I mean, they were just fantastic. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of symbolism in that movie. And I mean, like, oh gosh, like the colors and the costumes. I mean, it was just fantastic. It was just really. Did you see it in 3D?
No.
I saw it in 3D. That joint was just really a delight to watch, for real.
Okay.
So make sure you get on the Wakanda train and go see it. I don't think Millie saw it quite yet. Millie, you see it yet?
No.
He said, Millie was saying offline that he likes to avoid the crowd. He wants to be able to sit and enjoy that joint on his own, which I can dig. I can definitely dig.
Too much hype.
So Millie, what's up, man? Like, say what's up to our fans, to our crowd. Like, yo, that's the camera right there, just so you know. He got the beard gang jumping off.
A little something. It's light.
So, Millie, go ahead and introduce yourself to our listeners and our viewers.
I'm Millie Vanderwood. I'm getting over a little cold. Don't mind the voice.
Speak up just a little bit.
What am I here for? I'm an art dealer. I'm a talent manager. I used to rap. I started rapping 5 years ago. I have an art gallery downtown Baltimore, 823 East Baltimore Street. The Sand Gallery. Sell art, not drugs.
I know that's right. So you kind of like a jack of all trades, for real.
Yeah,
for real.
I do. Too much and not enough, all at the same time.
Well, to kind of further get everybody to get to know you a little bit better, why don't you tell us exactly where you're from, where you grew up?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that you're local.
Yeah, I'm from Baltimore. Born and raised over west.
Okay.
Spent a lot of time in the county in Pikesville. Went to Milford, graduated from there.
Holla.
Yeah, I've lived in Georgia. My son was born in Georgia.
Okay.
I travel a bit.
Okay.
I try to travel as much as I can.
I can dig it.
I want to open up art galleries all around the world.
That's what's up. So tell us how you became to be a rapper. I know you said you used to rap.
Yeah. Don't tell nobody else that.
But no. Late for that, babe.
But yeah, I started rapping when I was 12.
Okay.
I'm 30 now. And I stopped rapping when I was 25 just because I wanted to be behind the scenes. But I started rapping. I really grew up and inspired and looked up to Master P like a lot. So like I was like a No Limit soldier to the core. So that kind of like made me want to rap. But when I was about 25, I didn't want to rap anymore. I just wanted to be behind the scenes. Okay. I don't like attention and talking and like being the face of much. So I just wanted to be behind the scenes, help artists, because most artists don't know the business. Mm-hmm. And I like learning the business and teaching them, because most of them just make music, and they don't like. I don't. It's rap is the crazy. Is the rappers are the. It's like the craziest thing because they don't seek to learn the business. Like they don't know how to make money from rap. None of that. It's just like who gets into something, and you feel me, and don't know the business side of it. Like
who could be the
you can't
hottest
be a
at
dentist.
the moment.
Yeah, you can't be a dentist and not know, you know, or a doctor, whatever. Like you got to know the business side of
Gotta know
what
your
you're
craft
getting into. Like,
inside and out. I can dig it.
it's crazy.
I can dig it. I can dig it. So, you went from an aspiring rapper, and you kind of made a transition. I think you said at what 24.
Yeah, it was about 24.
You made
25.
a transition. So, tell us how you made to explain your transition from artist to more of a behind the scenes management sort of position.
I think the big turning point was I was in the mall and I ran into a guy who I initially started rapping with when I was in middle school.
Okay.
We hadn't seen each other in a few years. So
and what's his name?
His name is Evan.
Evan, okay.
And when we ran into each other, it was like, hey, I'm about to get, we just were talking, and he mentioned that he wanted to get back into rapping, and I was telling him that I was thinking about stepping behind the scenes. And I was like, I can manage you. And that's kind of like my first serious, you know, artist as a manager.
Okay.
And that's how that started. Then I eventually started managing like visual artists, and then I ended up getting this space downtown. I just got it for office space.
Really?
And then that eventually turned into the art gallery.
So you just kind of fell out of the love of being a rapper. You kind of found your limit as a no limit soldier.
I mean, I had been reached that no limit soldier period. Like that was just a small period when I was younger. Like as you get older, you grow and start listening to other things. But yeah, the rap thing just, I don't know. It's a very expensive thing. It's a very expensive thing to do. It's just not promised. Nothing in life is, but that's like really like hit or miss. Like you're just not guaranteed that.
So speaking of the art gallery and like your transition, was that difficult for you? I mean, it sounds like, you know, to open a gallery, like a space, and then to you know, take on artists, all different kinds of artists. Sounds like it would take a lot of resources, a lot of creativity.
I had the creative part down pat, but I didn't. I just started it. Like I don't really go. I never had mentors. All this has always been me.
Really?
So I just kind of.
You just soloed it.
I just did it. Like I mean, I started with 5 business partners, and it ended up just being me. Like all of them got cut out at some point, and I'm still here.
I can dig it.
Yeah, I didn't start with nothing. Like I quit my job with nothing. Like I just did all this stuff without nothing.
Yo, to all of the aspiring artists out there, here is living proof. Like, yo, live your dream, live your truth.
Yeah, $0, nothing. I was working in Mercedes-Benz. I stopped. That was in May. It'll be 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just living off creativity. I don't draw or paint. Like, so.
Right. Can I live off the creativity of my voice? Like, I'm trying.
You can do anything. You can do anything.
Oh, you want to get the next question?
All right.
Number 4.
What inspired you to get into your art aspect of the arts?
It was just the visual artist that I was managing. I used to draw and stuff when I was little, like in middle school, and then I got into music. And then once I started managing the visual artists, I was like, oh, this is a new lane. This is popping. It's lit right now. So let me take what I learned from music and put it into the art world. Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on really quickly now. Keep looking in the camera because we have people commenting already. Christ almighty. Hello, Tyra. How you doing, Tyra? So Tyra is one of our, she's like a reoccurring special guest that comes on the show. Right. And she's watching tonight and she sees us and she says, 1, hello, how are you doing? And great. She also said, what year did you graduate from Milford? I believe Tyra went to Milford as well.
I graduated in 05.
There you go, Tyra graduated in 05. And the final question, is he single? I'm sorry, man. It's on the feed. Like,
nah, always. Like
you always single?
I live single. Not always, but like for the past 3 years or something.
Well, then there you have it, Tyra. He's single. You know, y'all are like Millers. I don't know. You can You can stalk them on Facebook.
How long until Tyra texts you that she's downstairs?
Right. Hey, Tyra, do not come here tonight.
One of my brands is a dead future wife. Like I post that, and it's just a thing.
I've seen a couple of your posts.
It's a thing.
I can't. Actually, the last post that I did see that your dear future wife, I can't say on this show because it was like a little. Yeah, it was a little racy, but yeah. I have seen. Be a sex phone operator, Keish. Good money. Thanks, Tyra. Thanks for the tip. I hope. I don't know if I have the voice for that, but I do watch that Girl 6, and that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I do. How many minutes we got? We got about 5 minutes left. Let's keep the interview going. Let's go with the next question.
Yeah. Tell us about your art gallery.
Well, it started as the Incredible Little Art Gallery, and then one business partner got cut out. We changed the name to Give and Take. 2 more business partners got cut out. Changed it to the same gallery. Sell Art Not Drugs. The Sell Art Not Drugs part came from the co-founder B the Change.
Okay.
And I didn't want the name to be Sell Art Not Drugs. I wanted to shorten it. So I'm like, what does that break down to? Sand. So the Sand Gallery is what it is now.
Okay.
And, it's a 3-story building. There's a hip hop museum in the front room. Visual art. It's about 200 plus pieces in there.
Really?
Maybe 80 different artists.
In the hip hop portion, was that because? Did you feel a need to do that because of your beginnings as a aspiring rap artist, someone who loves hip hop? Because I gotta say, like a hip hop gallery, that's like pretty original, pretty unique, and fucking awesome. Yeah,
I didn't do it because I used to be a rapper. I did it just out of my love for hip hop. Period. I was standing outside of a J. Cole concert. It might have been 6 months ago now.
Okay.
When he was here in August.
Yeah.
I was standing outside, and the front, the first floor of my building, it was vacant, and I was like, what can I put down here on the first floor besides, we already got the art gallery, whatever, but what else can we add to, like, make it more or whatever. So I was like, a hip hop museum.
That's what's up.
5 months, and I did that.
Yeah, we love our hip hop here.
How does someone go about getting featured in your gallery? Do you look for them, or do you have some people come to you saying, "Can you?"
Give the information.
A lot of people just come to us. They a lot of people come to us. They reach out via social media, word of mouth, and they can have their own art shows, exhibitions. If we come up with a theme for art show, they can be in that. It's just whatever, come through. You can hang something for free. You can donate art, sell your art, sell art not drugs, buy art not drugs.
Tell us about a few artists that are featured in your gallery right now. If there's anybody that you'd like to highlight, shout out, like please.
Yeah, Kid, my creative director. I actually see a piece from him over there on the shelf.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Shout out to him. Shout out to Zakia. Tyra Powers and Kiva Michelle. They are 2 of probably the most popular young ladies in our gallery. They've sold the most work from our gallery. Yeah, so they got work there. It's people from New York, Boston, Philly, etc. It's work from all over.
And all, pretty much all of it is for sale, correct?
Everything's for sale. Yep. Everything on the wall is for sale. Some stuff on the wall is we do like layaway plans and stuff. Like you don't gotta come and spend $200 at one time if you can. Like we get it.
Hey, Baltimore people, did you hear that? Layaway on the art tip. Now that is what I am talking about. I was kind of wishing that I could have got on a layaway plan with Amy Sherrill. She was like, hell to the no. But so that's definitely what's up. I'm gonna go with the next question.
Do you have any events or anything coming up that you want to?
Yeah, well, this weekend, January 23rd and 24th, we're going to do like a grand reintroduction for the Mini Hip Hop Museum.
Okay.
We got a cypher on Friday, a cypher and game night on Friday. We usually do adult game nights every Friday.
Tell us about this cypher.
Yeah, the cypher, it's just going to be maybe about 10 to 12 different local rappers. They're going to come through, spit some bars. The first one we did for our grand introduction weekend, it was packed. Like we couldn't even fit nobody else in the room. They were lining up on
Really?
the steps. We had to turn people away. It was a thing.
That's what's up. Yeah. And then you said the game night?
Yeah, game nights we usually do every Friday. Jenga, spades, Uno, whatever comes into play.
That's what's up. And is there a cost associated with this? Like,
Friday,
what time does this start?
$10.
Okay.
Friday is 8:08. We always have weird times, so it's at
8:08
p.m.
Beat 8:08. I got you. Yes. Yes.
And then Saturday we got Black History and Hip Hop open discussion.
Okay.
And something else. DJ workshop for people that want to come through.
Okay, well, hold that thought on the Black History and the DJ workshop. Eric, how much time we got left? We going to commercial? Okay. You guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to continue to chop it up with the dude Millie here and talk more about art and hip hop. So you guys, don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show. So since we're talking about the book, can you give people a synopsis of what the book is and what's the name of the book again, and then what it's about?
The name of the book is From Trial to Afflictions. More than one, because there were more than one afflictions.
Yes.
The book is talking about, actually, it's my life story. And I have to add in there that when that prophet told me, he said, tell your story, write the story. He said, and God said, tell your addiction. Now, see, I'm not going to tell the addiction because you have to get the book to read it. But it was about deliverance. It was about all the, trials and tribulations we go through. People that come into our life, even people that come to try and break you down or draw you down so that you can't stand for God or worship Him through your situation, because that's the adversary using them. We have to know that. But through it all, I was still praying and fasting. I needed help from God. I really did. I needed help from God to see me through. And for anyone that's going through, I say that this book is about different afflictions.
Yes.
Going through them, how you get through them. And I had a sister pushing me too, praying for me. I thank God for that again.
Yes.
But it also talks about deliverance. There is deliverance in the process.
Yes.
And you have to be willing to see yourself first, to know that you need deliverance.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
What does hustle hard mean to you? What does that signify in your life?
That's a lifestyle for me. You know what I mean? Like, true story. I was born into a family in a community of hustlers. Now let's get focused right quick, because when people hear the word hustler, they confuse it with con artist or something negative. So they like to call people entrepreneurs, right? But the definition, and I'm paraphrasing, but the definition of hustle is forced movement or to be hurried, right? But we're not talking about just pushing other people. Sometimes you got to push yourself, and that's what makes you a hustler. True story. So the thing about it is, like, when it comes to hustling, listen, quick story. I used to go buy juleps a lot, right? And my grandmother used to make me clean the yard, shovel snow, do things like that to go get a julep. But one day she was like, look, you putting all your money in someone else's pocket.
Word.
Save those quarters, and I can teach you how to make a formula, and you can sell your own juleps. You understand?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And we're back. And as you can see, we still got the dude Millie in the building, the hip hop entrepreneur, art dealer extraordinaire. And when we left off, we were talking about a few events that will be going down in the city of Baltimore at his gallery. You just said that you this weekend was a Black History panel.
Black History and Hip Hop.
Hip-hop?
Open discussion, yeah.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit more about that and who's
just
featured?
Yeah, I mean, since it's Black History Month,
okay,
I feel like Black History should be celebrated all year, but whatever. We're just gonna talk about how Black History and hip hop kind of like how they relate. How history, hip hop history, and how it reflects on the Black community overall.
Okay, and do you have like any special guests or any like is it local artists? Who's going to be featured that evening?
Anybody that shows up.
Really? Okay, that's awesome. So it's just kind of like an open discussion. Okay, and then you said after the Black History Month, you said you had another event. What was
this Saturday?
My memory is bad. Black History and Hip Hop is after the DJ workshop.
DJ workshop. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about that.
So we'll have a DJ coming to.
And who's the DJ?
DJ Twiz.
Okay. Shout out.
So he'll be showing people how to DJ and just teaching the fundamentals of DJing.
Is this like an ongoing type of event? I mean, is this something like a reoccurring? Are you looking for like DJs to participate? Because I mean, like we have our own DJ that takes care of our music for the show. Yeah. DJ Delight. I don't know if you're watching DJ Delight, but you know, here's your opportunity to put your skills out there, bro.
Yeah, so we want to do that every month.
Okay. Oh, really? Okay. Okay, and you know, they just need to get in anybody that wants to participate in any of his events. How would they be able to get in contact with you?
410-504-9249. Call or text that number.
Yeah, email address.
Email is minihiphopmuseum@gmail.com.
Okay.
It's my radio voice.
Right. It's nice. He could definitely, you know, we can add him to the squad.
Yeah.
Get him to come back.
At Mini Hip Hop Museum on Instagram too.
Okay. So so we talked about the music. We talked about the art gallery. Let's talk a little bit more about you, kind of. Do you have any other like special projects or anything else that's coming up with things that you're like working on personally?
For myself, I'm trying to brand a couple different things, but
okay.
So under the overall brand, The Incredible Creation, we manage artists. We there's a brand called Appreciate Black Queens, just highlighting Black women.
All right.
We got the art gallery. We got the Mini Hip Hop Museum. Also, so right now, like the main music artist that we're focused on, her name is Miss Cam. Miss Cam at Hey Miss Cam on Instagram. She's gonna be one of the biggest artists from Baltimore this year, as far as music is concerned.
Okay.
In Baltimore history.
Really?
Yeah. Like one of the biggest females to come from here.
And she's a hip hop artist.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Does she have like an Instagram or how can we get?
Instagram is at Hey Miss Cam, and the Miss Cam on Twitter.
Okay.
And we also working with a couple different local artists as well. What else do we got going on? That's about it. Music, art. Well, yeah, we're about to start a food division of our brand for like chefs, cause like you know, like there's no like real chef collective or like kind of like a record label for chefs. You feel me? Like,
all right, nice.
Yeah, I just try to do shit like that. There's like the Sand Gallery is for visual artists, and well, we got Art Dealers Anonymous, which is like a record label for visual artists. And then we're about to start Incredible Culinary, and that'll be like chefs coming together to do creative food stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, we just try to do everything. I executive produce a podcast, all of that.
So we have another one of our Be Exposed Radio, I guess sister shows we'll call it. Yeah. The Salacious Life, hosted by Dr. Ren Avery, and I believe she left a comment. Did she leave a comment, Mark?
Yeah, you were saying the.
I hate Eric so bad.
The thing that you couldn't say because of you know, the salaciousness of it. She says that you can say it on her show.
So yeah, you might have to, I don't know, you might have to. I'm
Wednesdays,
sorry.
9 to 11.
Eric is killing me. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could come and have those and air some of those salacious thoughts and post out on her show on Wednesday nights. Yes, okay. You, not us.
We've been on the show.
We did. We've been there and done that. It was fucking crazy.
Whatever we gotta do.
So I don't know, Red. I think if you're still watching, we might be able to make that happen. I'll make sure I'll pass the information along, and then you can get the hip hop artist perspective on the salacious life. I think he would enjoy that. I've seen a couple of his posts, and it gets pretty crazy.
It's lit.
All right, so you guys, when we come back, we're going to wrap up the interview with Millie. We're going to find out what kind of artists he's listening to nowadays. So don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Y'all ready?
Is what it is radio show.
Go ahead. All right, listen. All right, say situation. Cause I keep telling y'all, it's different situations in the child support thing. You can't just pinpoint one thing. You can't just say, "Oh, here did be. That's why you're on child support. Oh, he this. That's why you're on child support. Oh, she this. That's why she on child support." No, sometimes it could just go off of, "Oh, I just called him and asked him, can he pay for the pictures? He ain't want to pay for the pictures. I'm taking his ass downtown." Yup.
Well, you got to know. Know who you dating.
Hold up.
You just like
I just called her. I just called her and asked could she just get Junior some shoes. She couldn't even get him no church shoes. I'm taking her ass downtown. Now, when you go downtown, you go down there and you get $500.
Right.
Now you mad because you getting $500, and now you really ain't getting no shoes for Junior or Lord CC because you getting $500 now.
Right.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, if you're a good father or a good mother, and you paying child support, right? You still gonna go ahead and do all that because
hold up.
It's just what it is.
Hold on, and that's another situation.
Right.
But you know what that creates? Now when we at the party, Mommy and Daddy ain't even down there speaking to each other. Cause Daddy done paid for the party and he done came out of pocket this month with $600.
So right, that's your child.
Be mad.
Listen. He shouldn't be mad, but he also has another child with his wife.
That's on him.
Okay,
go ahead.
He got another child with his wife.
Okay.
Right. And you're taking away from him.
And they taking away
Well, he should have kept it in his pants.
Exactly.
Should have kept it in his pants. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop complaining.
You on some whole, he on some whole other shit over here.
I have my money today.
Man, it is what it is.
Then last week you told me your wife was cooking.
Man, it is what it is.
Then again, I don't think I want your wife cooking because you don't like it.
Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K. Check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio. It is what it is. 9/11.
Are they ready to? I know they're not ready to accept it, but yeah, exactly. That's my whole thing. Like, how many of them are really ready to think about it like that?
None.
You know, like
I think the problem is like I don't even know how we got here, but it's inbred. You're not born to hate people. You're not born to distinguish between black and white and Asian and Hispanic. That's something that you're taught. You're taught. Point blank, period.
Straight up.
My daughter came home and told me that her white teacher was black. Maybe it's because it's how she treated her. She don't see any color. But when it comes to all her friends, all her friends are mixed. All of her friends have a white parent, black.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com. You're listening to us on YouTube, Facebook, TuneIn app, Radio Loyalty app. We've been sitting here talking with Millie, and you mentioned DJ Delight earlier. We just want to say thanks for those beats you hear coming into the commercial, out of the commercial. So if you need DJ Delight, Mike McMillan for weddings, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, as Kescia likes to say, funerals, give him a shout out, or give us a shout out. Kescia mentioned moving on to the Just a Bit Outside staple for interviews, and it's her little thing, so I'm gonna shoot
Wait a minute, hold up though. Jay said Jay said stop playing on your phone, Foster. Thanks, Jay. He's always looking out.
What did I say? Share the link, share the love. That's what I was doing.
Share the link. Hey, Jay, man, share the link, Jay.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends to tell a friend. So, all right. So we back at it. We about to, finish up, round out the interview. So as Mark said, what we like to do with our guests, we like to play a little game. It's called the Just a Bit Outside Fave 5. And what we do is we give our guests a topic, and they give us their favorite 5 on the topic. So since we've been sitting here talking to you about art and hip hop, we really love hip hop here. I figured I'd go with our go-to question. I feel like this is our go-to question. And that is, what 5 musical artists do you have in rotation right now?
Right now, I don't have any.
What?
You don't have any?
I listen to podcasts mostly, but
okay.
So, but I can I like give my I guess just 5 artists that I might listen to the most.
Okay, and then after that, let's get your 5 favorite podcasts. I'd like to hear that as well.
Okie
All right, so let's do the artists first.
The artists: Jay-Z, Nas,
okay,
Drake, J. Cole, Raekwon. Bone Thugs and Harmony, really like.
Bone Thugs?
Like it.
You like a little East 99 in your life?
Classic album.
Yeah. And you said that you went to the J. Cole concert. Mm-hmm. Did you like that show? I mean, I saw him in Virginia a couple years ago, and he gave a great show.
Yeah, I wasn't at the concert. I don't go to no shows at the arena. At the arena, I stand outside and we do promo. So like at the J. Cole show, we 2 artists were outside live painting, and we outside with flyers. And just promoting, because we can't attack the people inside. Like we can't promote like we want to inside. So as they're going in and coming out, we're promoting. They're seeing the art. We're giving them flyers. We're connecting with the people behind the scenes on the show, J. Cole team, etc. Giving out art. So
when's the next time you guys gonna do that?
I mean, we do it whenever somebody comes to town, because I promote for Soundstage. So any show there, I go to. Whatever, promote. It's not a lot of people coming to town now.
Yeah, Soundstage. I mean, they just had a few artists.
Yeah, Soundstage, just Davies, and some others. But yeah, anybody come to town, that's what we're doing. When Chris Brown and Chance the Rapper came to the arena, we were doing the same thing, giving out art, promoting all of that. So, yeah.
More shout outs from Tyra Marie. She says yes. Layaway art. Hey, you better get down. Get ready to get lost. Come see my dude. He's got you.
823 East Baltimore Street, door A and B, Baltimore, Maryland. 21212.
Say it again. Say it again. Do it again.
823 East Baltimore Street, door A and B, Baltimore, Maryland. Downtown. Around the corner from Port Discovery and the power plant.
Okay. Okay, now you said you're a big fan of podcasts. So besides Just a Bit Outside, what podcast are you listening to, watching?
I started off with Combat Jack, R.I.P. to Combat Jack, the Combat Jack show.
Okay.
It's the Rails, A Waste of Time podcast, Joe Budden's podcast.
You like Joe Budden?
And Drink Champs.
What's the last one?
Drink Champs.
Drink Champs. I don't think I've heard of that
it's
one.
It's Noriega's podcast.
Oh, yes, I have. Yeah. Yes, I have. I believe I saw, what's the boy from the Locks? Jada Kiss on there. He was pretty furred.
That's like the top podcast. Top 2. Top 3.
Dig it. And So the Joe Budden joint. Are you a big fan of Joe Budden? I feel like Joe Budden's a bit of a bully.
No, like Joe Budden is the man. Like he has classic music. Like in his album, his first album is fucking. I mean, a lot of his albums are like really good, but yeah, Joe Budden is the man. I mean,
so I guess you pretty much share views on today's hip hop.
No, like I'm real open minded and out
Good.
the box. So it's just like people can do what they want. Like it was trash music back then. It's trash music now. And then I don't understand people complaining about trash music when they don't gotta listen to it. Like we got all these apps and things where like we're not just subject to the radio. Like I mean, we never really were. The radio was not even big anymore. Like FM radio, we don't gotta listen to what they play.
Right.
You feel me? Like you got Tidal, you got Spotify, you got whatever. So why are you complaining about mumble rap when you can go listen to something from 1950, 60, 70, 80? It's millions of things to listen to. Why it doesn't, the mumble rap or whatever doesn't concern you? Like it's not in your way.
Well, some of the mumble rap be having some nice beats. You know, I can at least nod my head to it. You know, like Migos. I can admit.
They get money.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
And you said that you were a big fan of Jay-Z, so let's take it back a little bit. I'm gonna ask you, what is your favorite Jay-Z album? I know it's gotta be something from the '90s.
I mean, Reasonable Doubt, but
yeah,
also
course.
American Gangster.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was definitely a good one. Have you had a chance to check out the yeah, thank you, Eric. That's a good one. That's a good one. Have you had a chance to check out the Black Panther album? I mean, I'm a big fan of Kendrick.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So
I felt like it was like one of the biggest soundtracks of all time. I feel like TDE
really?
is like, I feel like TDE is just like that was like, they're like the biggest label, boutique label, as far as 2010 and up goes.
And they're kind of they're making their mark. You know, I mean, I think a lot of people forget that SZA is a part of TDE and Schoolboy Q. You know,
J-Rock, Absol.
Okay, I didn't know J-Rock was on TDE
he was
as well.
the first artist that ever came out on TDE.
Okay. See, I just learned something today. And Mark, I know you're a big fan of the but Absol is part of TDE. Eric's a big fan of Absol, so I mean we dropping gems for y'all. So y'all should definitely check out these artists. They're pretty cool. But Mark, you like the Black Panther album as well?
Yeah, the soundtrack's amazing. And I'm gonna be honest, because
Janae Aiko.
You know, you're talking about like you know, people not liking the current rap and old school rap and whatnot. And I'm old school. Like in my heart of hearts, I don't think a really amazingly great album has come out since Doggy Style. Like,
oh my gosh!
Not saying that there's not good or great.
No, I feel you.
But for me personally, that was the last transcendently great. I hate Eminem, and I couldn't stand how he changed the game. I get it. Never got into his shit. Kendrick Lamar, I was kind of on the fence for.
Really?
Because I don't trust it when people are all of a sudden talking about someone like, you know, you should hear about them coming up.
Yes.
And I didn't really hear about him coming up.
Okay.
But this album is what sold me on him. Like, his
the
talent's
Black Panther
amazing.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta listen to like Section 80.
I'm gonna go back. Yeah.
You didn't like the Pimp a Butterfly? The Pimp a Butterfly? That's the joint that had the All Right on there.
I probably didn't listen to much of it.
Yeah. Go back and revisit Kendrick. I think that you'll like him because, I mean, when you sent me the very first Black Panther track, the King's Dead joint.
Yeah.
You sent that to me. You're like, yo, listen to this. And I'm just like, oh, shit.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah. But go back and listen to some of his other stuff.
Yeah, like his earlier stuff is his best. Like, you'll
yeah. Yeah. And I'm, are you a fan? Do you like Logic?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Logic, too. I feel like Kendrick, J. Cole, Logic. I like Big Sean, too. Like, I feel like those are like my young hip hop kings for real right now.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, and then you can't forget like Childish Gambino. And you
Oh,
like
yeah.
Big Crit?
Yep.
Yeah, and then like Big Crit, he's got some good stuff too. Who I just became familiar with because I'm kind of like you too. If somebody's like hyping you up like super, I'd be like, man, fuck that motherfucker. I mind listening to him just because everybody else listening to him. I got to come to it on my own terms. So I can understand that and feel you on that. Definitely feel you on that. So how many minutes we got left? We got about 4 minutes left. Eric? 5 minutes? All right, so, I mean, we talked about upcoming events. We talked about everything that's going on with you. Just for one more time for, so just in case anybody missed it, tell everybody, 1, where the gallery is, and 2, how they can get in contact with you. Make sure you speak nice and clearly so everybody, because we've had a couple of people text message saying that they have, my sister, my mother, my father is an artist. I want to put them D. So, let everybody know what's up.
So the gallery, the Sand Gallery, Sell Art Not Drugs, is downtown Baltimore, Maryland, 823 East Baltimore Street. It's around the corner from Port Discovery and Power Plant. At the Sand Gallery on Instagram, at the Sand Gallery on Twitter. Search the hashtag Sell Art Not Drugs. Google us. Whatever you need to do. Millie Vanderwood on Instagram.
Okay, and one more time, you said you got a couple events going on this weekend.
Yep.
Just in case anybody missed it.
Friday is adult game night, and we'll have a hip hop cipher. Saturday is the hip hop, Black History in Hip Hop open discussion and a DJ workshop. I don't think we got. Oh no, I'm in Philly. All right, yeah, cool. Yeah, so.
So there you have it, guys. If you are an aspiring artist or if you are a fan of hip hop, please come check out this brother's art gallery, because I mean I can guarantee you will have a unique, amazing experience. And then on top of that, for all lovers of art, you got local art. You also got artists from across the nation that are being displayed at this guy's gallery.
And
go ahead.
I ain't want to cut you off.
Oh no, go ahead.
It's a mini hip hop museum inside. For those who are not into visual art or whatever, for whatever reason, it's a mini hip hop museum inside, which does have hip hop related visual art in it. But there's vinyls, tapes, stuff that you probably CDs, it's stuff that you probably never seen and played with, whatever.
So you got a vinyl section too?
Most of vinyls.
Yeah.
Most of the vinyls on the wall. We don't have a working record player yet, but we got about 50 different vinyls on the wall.
Really?
From Sugar Hill up until
really
nice stuff.
We have to check this out.
Yeah.
Maybe we can find some time to run down this weekend and check it out, because I mean now that's awesome. I mean, back in the day, my music was just as big as sports in my household. My dad had hella records. I can still remember rocking out to Hotter Than July and Purple Rain and even Ruby Jackson's Centipede. Look at his face. It's okay. But yeah, so to be able to check out those different covers and be able to see that, I'm personally interested in that. And also too, we're all about being local, sharing the love, supporting 410. I mean, we always say 410 is our city. We get it. And I mean, it gets no better than this right here. We got local artists, local music, support the brother. And again, one more time, just give the address one last time before we sign off.
823 East Baltimore Street. Door A and B, Baltimore, Maryland, 21202.
Well, Millie, thank you so much for coming through and hanging out with us. And hopefully we can have you back in the future talking some more about your gallery, the museum, and any other events that you have in the future.
Absolutely, because we're going to open up one in Atlanta, Cali, New York, all that. So,
global. All right, well, when you blow up, don't forget the little people, all right?
I'm going to stay little.
Hey, you guys, when we come back, we're going to talk a little Pyeongchang. We're going to talk the Winter Olympics. And there was an all-star weekend on the West Coast. Don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him.
You can't even see the top of that
thing.
Even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show. Now here's one little speech I'm going to give you before I get into the next article. Here's what I want to tell you. Still, not media, but fear is big business. Fear is big business. I'm not telling you not to be alarmed by what you're seeing. I'm not telling you not to be concerned. What I'm saying is not to buy into the notion that we should be afraid. You should be informed. You should be aware. You should start educating yourself about some things. I don't have the solutions. I don't have the answer. I wish I could say that if you did X, Y, and Z, you might not get shot by the police. I wish I could tell you that, but I can't. But what I can say is just start making yourself aware of what's going on, but don't be so consumed by what you're seeing that you become afraid, that you don't want to go out. Or you become numb. That's a good point, Nate. Nate said, or you become numb to it, like you just don't care. So we need you to just continue to be in touch with what's going on, but educate your family, talk to your sons, talk to your daughters, because it's not just limited to men. We know from Sandra Bland, she was a young woman who was killed. And we don't want to say, we don't know all the details of what happened. No, the fact is that person's life still matters. They still have rights. They should not just be killed dead before they even get a trial. Okay, that's the point. They deserve a trial at least, but they can't even make it to the jail cell to get a trial, to be tried. They're being killed even before arrest. Terrible. So that's my soapbox.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that. Cool! That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to you.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside radio show on BeExposedRadio.com. I think I had a spicy moment. I don't know.
Sounded good to me, yo.
Facebook, YouTube, TuneIn, Radio Loyalty. You know what to do, how to find us. If not, how are you watching us?
Hey, yo, and as always, spread the show, spread the love. Spread the show, spread the love. Yo, shout out to Millie for coming through and spending time with us. And even though he wasn't feeling well, he came through and gave us that awesome interview. Y'all make sure you show that local love and check out the Brothers Gallery, man. 410 is our city. We get it, we get it. Now, we are going to keep it rolling with this show. We had the Winter Olympics go down this weekend. We had NBA All-Star Weekend go down in Tinseltown, LA, Lake Show, Clipper City. They did the damn thing. The first thing I want to talk about is the Winter Olympics. You know, as I said, you know, all Olympic games are full of scandal and drama. This one is no different. Where's Eric? Oh, we got him up in here. Yo, so we usually start off our show with a WTF moment of the week. I kind of wanted to push it back and throw it into the Winter Olympics segment because our WTF is brought to you by Russia's Olympic curling team. So our WTF. Wait, what?
The Russian, the people that got banned for doping?
Yes.
That could go under the Olympic banner?
Yes. So right. So let's just start off with that. Okay. So we already told y'all a couple of weeks ago when the Winter Olympics was first coming along that, you know, Russia pretty much had like a doping scandal. So basically what happened was back in Sochi, back in 2014, they got popped for PEDs. So this time around in Pyeongchang, what was that, South Korea we in?
Yeah.
In South Korea, they're like, look, Bammers, we are not having it. Every last one of you mofos are going to have to go through rigorous tests to prove that you are clean. So clearly these Bammers have a problem. All right, so they were able to, I think, qualify about 170 athletes or so. And Russia, they usually have a pretty good showing. You know what I mean? There's always those couple of countries that you know is going to bring a huge squad. You know, Russia, United States, Canada, France. You know, they always have a pretty good showing. So it was about 170 of them who, you know, went through the tenacious testing and was like, all right, we good to go. So then on top of that, they weren't able to compete under the country of Russia. That's right? They're doing it under they're like the Olympic athletes of Russia competing under the Olympic flag. So we already had our eye on these Bammers. Okay? And apparently they just can't seem to let the PEDs go. Okay, and our WTF moment is about a couple, okay, that was participating in the curling event. Okay, now for the people who aren't really familiar with what curling is or thinking like curling, what the hell is curling? So curling is the Winter Olympic event where you have like this disc, right? It's like a disc or an orb. What do you call that damn thing? An orb? Call it an orb?
Super large hockey puck?
Yeah, it's like a super large disc, and it's a team sport. So you have one person who pushes the disc across the ice, and then you got the other teammates. It's either one person or I think it's like a team of four, maybe one of the events. But they go ahead and they get on the ground on the ice and they start scrubbing with these brooms. Right? So, for real, like, there is no type of, I don't believe there's any type of strength advantage with this event. I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe you could scrub a little bit harder on the ice than the next person.
Maybe pushing the disc also, because it's supposed to be pretty heavy.
Pushing the disc, okay, all right, pushing the disc too. I don't know. But the Russian curler, Alexander Krushnitsky, and I believe it was his wife, they won the bronze medal, right, for the mixed curling competition last week in Pyeongchang. Yep. Man, this Bama is currently suspected for using PEDs in this event. Man, what the fuck? Like, seriously, why would you feel the need to do this? I mean, do you think this is like... Right. I mean, does he need an intervention? Is there a PED addiction going on here? Like, I don't understand why you would need to use PEDs in curling.
What kind of PED was it too? Like,
I
so
don't even
weird.
like. Yo, I mean, curling is the type of sport where it requires no physical strength whatsoever. I believe it's a completely like a strategy, strategy sport. I mean, Mark and I are currently campaigning to participate in the 2022 Winter Olympics. Hashtag Kescia Mark 2022. Trend that joint Look, we're gonna have our blue outfits on because, of course, we associate blue with speed, and we are going to campaign and fundraise to make it out to the 2022 Olympics as the curlers on the United States Olympic team. That's how much strength is involved in playing this sport. So clearly Russia has a problem with wanting to be on top and wanting to win, because if you are going that far to take PEDs in a curling event, I'm pretty sure everybody's probably, the whole damn squad is probably PED. Let's test them all again.
They got problems, man. And
yeah, and then on top of that, yo, we know that your PED just a bit inside.
Whoa. I believe that's saved for the Salacious Life as well.
So, but yo, and we all know that your PEDs was clearly enhancing your abilities, because guess what? Them Bammers don't have any medals this go around.
You said they got the bronze?
They got that one bronze, but as far as the medal count is involved, they're low on the totem pole. Look, you guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we got a few more Olympic scandals and drama to talk about. And yo, did y'all hear Fergie sing the national anthem? That should be a WTF in itself. Don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously, because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, and I was thinking, like, you know,
the Artist Exchange Radio. Time for a flashback.
Now, I'm not gonna say all Aries don't know, but
it's just the one you had. That was just
a single one, you know. But it's always something that you can
go ahead. Listen, can you recollect any signs that you might like?
October 15th or 16th. What is that?
And Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras and I had one really bad Libra, but he was white, so he f***ed his back anyway. So I don't.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Demonstrate. You got to demonstrate the back.
No. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, you guys, to Just a Bit Outside. Your host, Kescia, co-host, co-captain, main man, Mark in the building. When we left off, we were talking about the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea. And let's keep it going with the Winter Olympic fun, man. I mean, it was a couple of wild things that went down over the weekend with the Winter Olympics. I want to take a few minutes to talk about something that happened last night. We had during the ice dancing, which is ice skating, but you're dancing on your skates. Apparently, I mean, to me, that's not that's not one of my favorite sports to watch. But you know, I get it. They got a big following. But I'm gonna say last night I found myself watching it. It was like late, and there really wasn't much else on. So, you know, I was watching the Olympics, and I was watching this ice dancing, and this French couple came out to perform, and something happened that kind of piqued my interest with the ice dancing. It created a little controversy and a little bit of excitement. We had a wardrobe malfunction, yo.
Really?
Yes, yo.
I gotta watch more Olympics.
Yo, man, wait till you hear about this wardrobe malfunction. So, French ice dancer Gabriella Papadakis suffered a wardrobe malfunction during her short dance figure skating routine with her partner Guillaume Cizeron. Now, they they came out, they started doing a couple of moves, and they went to do this kind of spin move, and homeboy went across her neck, and oh my God, the clasp around the neck becomes undone. Now, this was 30 seconds into the dance routine.
Wow.
Right. Now, I don't know if you know where I'm about to go with this, dog, but this was 30 seconds into the dance routine. Now, you know, when you out there and you ice dancing and whatnot, you getting your groove on, you doing your little dance moves and everything. I don't necessarily know that the woman ice skater would necessarily want to worry about her top becoming undone for the rest of the routine. I mean, that had to have been very difficult to do this. So she's, you know, basically going through her routine, trying to hold up her top that it become undone and still be this graceful ass dancer on ice. And dog, we had a nip slip on national TV.
Now wait, because like, I don't know, I guess the time zone change or time change, like they're 11 hours ahead of us or something like that.
I think this was actually might have been live.
So was it live?
Yes, because yes.
Wow.
Yes. And what happened was they were doing this dance move. Yo went to do a little twirl, and he went to go dipper, and a whole titty popped out, yo. Like like straight up on TV, like, yo, like everybody, of course, you know, Twitter just went like went crazy. And I mean, and ice dancing became the hottest sport of the evening. And like, yo, man, I thought that was just like crazy as I don't know what, yo. Like,
I bet we could tell it was cold in there on that ice.
Shots fired. That's what we do. So yes, yo, that joint was kind of hilarious and funny. I thought that was great. That was great. And we also had with the Olympics, we had a little Twitter war between Lindsey Vonn and some Trump supporters. Have you heard about that?
I heard a little bit about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, Lindsey Vonn is a skier, and she has ties with the Tiger Woods. Wow. And so we all, you know, pretty much know about her. She's a great skier. She participated in the Super G over the weekend. She was not successful. She failed to make the podium. You know, she failed to medal. And of course, you know, when athletes fail and they get into their feelings, what do, Mark? They jump on Twitter, yo.
Yep.
So she jumped on Twitter, and she's giving her message basically like, yo, I know I failed in the Super G, but that's okay. I'm going to look forward to the downhill, which I guess is the other event that she's going to be, performing in.
Yeah.
And back in December, when we were getting the teams together and everybody's getting ready to go over to South Korea, Lindsey Vonn made some comments. She said, listen, I'm going out to Korea to ski for the people, not for the president. And, the trumpets, in full trumpet fashion, they did not forget those comments. So she went to Twitter and they tried to drag her. We got comments like, your president is watching, you've let him down. We got comments like, karma coming back to bite you in the butt.
I have some...
Get a fucking life. Okay, go ahead.
I have some friends.
What we do.
I have some friends and family that lean to the right, and
Yeah.
so of course I saw some of these memes come up. One of them was Lindsey Vonn had said that after the Olympics she wouldn't be going to the White House if invited, and they were like, the memes were like, you won't be getting invited because you didn't win any medals.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the chance you take when you jump out there and you speak up against a popular public figure. So, that I thought that was pretty entertaining as well. But like, seriously, that whole karma and all that bullshit, like, yo, come on, give me a break.
Yeah.
Come on. I hope she wins in her next event so she can kind of stick it right back to them.
Did you?
Yeah.
We're all familiar with like the luge
Yeah.
and bobsled and everything.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this event, Skeleton?
Yo, when they go like luge position, but
Yeah.
face first. Yo, Ren and I was just talking about that. That shit has got to be dangerous.
Because I hadn't heard about it.
Yeah, we watched it.
Did you see the Korean dude?
No.
I just sent Eric a pic, so if you could put that up.
I want to hold up. Pull up this feed.
He was favored to win the gold, and I do believe he did.
Okay.
But like his helmet, his gear was awesome. Apparently they call him the Iron Man in South Korea.
Oh,
and
he
his
have an Iron Man helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit is dope.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I was so like taken back with that. That's cool.
That's pretty awesome. And also last night there was a bobsled event. It was a 2-man bobsled event. Team from Germany. Yo, they were doing their run, right? And they were ahead. They were like, their time was in the green the whole entire time, right? So these guys were slated to take like the first place. I can't remember if it was like a medal round or anything. But what had happened was, so they had this amazing run the whole entire time. Yo, I swear to God, 2 seconds before they hit the finish line, the damn bobsled flipped over and these motherfuckers was slid into the finish line on their head and still won.
Damn.
The event. It was so crazy. I mean, like, oh my gosh, yo. I wish I would have got the names of those two guys because I would like to shout them out because I ain't never seen no shit like that before in my life. Because I mean, they were literally like flying, and you could tell that he was taking a chance because he wanted to beat that time. But that joint started creeping up on that wall, and then it flipped over, and they was going down like this through the finish line, man. That joint was crazy, man. It was straight crazy. It was, yo. I swear to God, that joint was crazy. So, I don't think the Olympics aren't over until sometime next week.
Next week,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll have our wrap up on Pyeongchang next Monday, which is also our all women's panel. So we'll have plenty to talk about.
So apparently, even though it has an A, we've been pronouncing it wrong. It's Pyeongchang.
Pyeongchang. All right, spicy.
Like, I heard
Chang-chong.
I heard a correspondent over there. He was like doing a radio interview or whatever. And he's like, yeah, the Koreans, they tell us, we're telling it wrong. They repeat it. They think just like the Koreans say it, Pyeongchang, and they're like, no, you still say it wrong. You still say it wrong.
Right.
So he's like, I tried saying it the same way, but can't say it right.
And you know what? Since we're talking about ice skating and everything, we gotta shout out Johnny Weir. I don't know if y'all been watching the ice skating on his commentary, but that Joker is bringing it to the Winter Olympics. I mean, like, full facial, hairstyle, jazz hands, snazzy outfits. I mean, like, yo, I made a post over the a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And he's just way too fierce for Pyeongchang.
Just because he's not on ice anymore doesn't mean he can't look good.
Yo, shout out to Johnny. You the man. You the something.
Hey now.
Yeah. Yo, we got a few minutes left. Let's try to squeeze this NBA tip in. Yo, we had an all-star game go down, an all-star weekend go down on the West Coast, yo, in the great city of LA. And let me just tell you, like, yo, when you think about the all-star game, what better place, you know, I mean, outside of, like, Miami, could you have the all-star game? I mean, like, yo, when they had it in New York pulled out all the stops, and I really enjoyed it. But, I mean, LA was just extra as fuck, okay? And that goes across the board. Friday night, they had the celebrity basketball game, which was completely, like, full of stars and former players. Kevin Hart, Justin Bieber. Shout out to the dude, what's his name? Quavo, I don't know, the Bama from Migos, from the mumble rap group Migos. He balled out the celebrity game. He damn near got like a triple-double out there, yo.
That's crazy.
I saw this one video clip of a woman who was trying to take a shot, and he straight threw her shit into the 5th row. Like, he was not playing out there. This was his time.
Not today.
Right. This was his time to shine, and he took total advantage. He ended up being the MVP of the night.
So Kevin Hart was like all over damn All-Star weekend.
Yeah, there's a couple people that's like, yo, they don't ever want him to commentate ever again. So I'm gonna have to find out.
Well, first he's like trying to get on the stage with the Eagles, taking the trophy.
Oh, he's all over the place.
Now he's at the NBA All-Star game.
Right.
What's next?
Right. I think he had a few less drinks out there in LA than he did when they was out there in Minnesota. But yo, the biggest thing of All-Star Weekend wasn't the game. Wasn't the dunk contest. Shout out to the dunk contest winner. Who won that shit?
I can't remember right now.
I think, was it the boy
The skills
from,
competition was good too, and I can't remember
Toronto?
who won.
Did you see the guy that did the shout out, the Vin Sanity shout out? That shit was dope. I think he was the one who won the competition. But yo, the big thing was about the national anthem that was heard around the world last night, sung by Black Eyed Peas member Fergie. I think we have a video. Eric, we got that? All right, cue that, Jen. I want y'all to take a little listen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wave at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Okay.
OMJ.
Now, y'all know I ain't no singer, I ain't no musical expert, but that sounded like some stir-fried dog shit to me. I don't mean no harm, yo. I could have did a better job than that.
It sounded like she was like singing some cabaret shit for
Right,
Chicago.
it was like this terrible Liza Minnelli, Marilyn Monroe, Amy Winehouse horribleness with a blast with a shot of
Tequila.
drunkenness. Right, right, like yo.
And I heard on the radio they were saying that during rehearsal she like did a straight regular version of it, and then she said that when she went on at the time of the game, like she wanted to give it a twist or her own little slant just to play around.
Gave it a twist, all right.
Play around as an artist. That wasn't art.
Like after the performance, I believe it was Charles Barkley who said he needed to have a cigarette. And after that, I thought that shit was like hilarious, yo. Like, I didn't see any posts about the game. All I was just seeing was posts on Facebook and Instagram about wanna be Betty Boop, Jessica Rabbit. Yo, Eric said wanna be Betty Boop, Jessica Rabbit, hood ass. Shots fired. That's what we do. So look, Magic and company, I don't know, Adam Silver, I don't know who the hell was responsible, but don't let Fergie come back no more. No more.
That's why she's hosting that show, The Four, not actually singing on it, I guess.
Hey, y'all, when we come back, we're going to wrap this show up, man. Just a bit outside.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up! Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right, right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, one with a home run, drove
hit the home run.
Right. They were going into that National series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game. That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that then
your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early into the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
The pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside radio show on BeExposedRadio.com. It's the end, my friends, the final segment, and as usual, the night went by so damn fast.
Yeah.
We want to thank Millie for coming in. I think that's, whenever we have a guest, it always makes the night go by so fast, too. Real quick, not much going on. Olympics, of course. No basketball because last night was the All-Star game as far as NBA goes. But we do have Maryland playing. Maryland men against Northwestern. Maryland's up 65-58. That's in the second half. About 3:40 left to go.
And you're just talking about college basketball, which kind of got my mind going. You guys, we're right around the corner from March Madness. And I know we really haven't spent too much time on college hoops to start off 2018, but starting next week, we will be going, full throttle with the NCAA, because we know March Madness is right around the corner. We want to get you guys ready for your brackets. We've been tossing around the idea of possibly doing a bracket thing. We still got that up in the air. We'll let you guys know about that as well. Really quickly, I want to jump back to the NBA real fast. I want to shout out Team LeBron for putting together a team that was decent enough to beat Team Curry.
Had a come back from behind a little bit.
Yeah. And it was kind of, the score was still in the 140s on both sides, but I felt like there was a little bit of defense.
Well, I think that makes it a more defensive game than last year.
Yeah, it was.
Last year was like 180 to 168 or something like that.
Yeah. So I feel like I don't know, maybe with having the team captains, and then it's like a whole collective, drafting and unit against each other. Like maybe it's more so of a bragging rights thing. I don't know. Maybe it inspired them or motivated them to play more. I heard that possibly next year the draft might take place on TV, which I think is pretty exciting. That's a good element to throw up in there. So yeah, shout out to Team LeBron. Even though I don't like you, LeBooty, you did the damn thing last night. Props
you're gonna be loving him next year when he's on the Lakers.
Christ Almighty. We're gonna keep it moving, as you guys know that we like to end the show on a good note. Tonight we were able to find a pretty awesome feel-good story that goes right along the lines of the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang. So we like to talk to you about 20-year-old Jordan Greenway. Now, Jordan Greenway will be the first African-American to represent Team USA in hockey in the Pyeongchang Olympics. He was a forward for the Boston University hockey team. I believe the USA hockey team has 4 or 5 college players on there, which I think is pretty awesome. He was a 2015 second-round draft pick for the Minnesota Wild. So he's currently in the NHL. So it says that Greenway is, one of 4 college-age players on the U.S. hockey team. So y'all be on the lookout for Team USA on the ice with Jordan Greenway and participating in the Pyeongchang Olympics this year. So shout out to that brother. We got any other announcements? You guys, next week we have our second monthly all-women's panel, and it's going to be hosted by the dude Mark Foster. He's going to be captaining. He's going to be captaining the captain of that ship. There you go. Moderating. I'm going to throw him to the Lady Wolves. You know? All right. So my girl Tara, I know you coming back, and possibly Marquita. You guys are going to have a good time with that. So, you guys, we are just about out of time. You know how we end the show. Baltimore, spread love, yo. Wakanda, out.
Oh.
Woo!
Y'all ready? Yo, who at the door? Let him in.
Yo, come in, have a seat on McLean's couch. We'll host the Brahma Bowl and Cohen Bliss. Talking about real top.